Hi, today we are going to start lesson 8 and we are going to cover pages between 206 to 210. This lesson is related to the previous lessons, chapter 2 or 3. Um, there are many same information with that chapter, so it's better for you to have a review, have a memorization from that chapter. I think it's chapter 2 or 3, which is related to the periodic table and the atoms elements. So if you review first that chapter, then you can understand better and you can also repeat more from this chapter 8. Chapter 8 is titled with pattern and properties of metal. We are going to focus on metal. The first group of metal on periodic table is group 1, alkali metals, which is including of lithium, sodium, and potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. So um, here, this page mentions that they are alkali metals. They are so reactive because they are located in the first group, and the reason why they are so reactive is attributed to their electronic shell because they are talent to lose only one electrons, which is easy for an atom, for an element, to lose only one electron than to be reactive. They are so reactive, even reactive with the air, so with the oxygen available in the air. Therefore, they are stored under oil. So to avoid exposing them to the oxygen in the air. So yeah, there are many common information which are almost same with that chapter 2 or 3. Uh, all right, these slides again um, yeah, again tell us about the melting point and hardness, the density. The density of the metals tends to increase down the group. When we move down from top here to down, then density will increase. Density increases because the atomic number increases. When atomic number increases, that means the atom is bigger, has more electron, has more protons. As we know that um, the the density of the atoms or elements is related to the total of neutrons and protons in the nucleus. So this is related to the density. The density increases by going down, which all mentioned in that chapter, the previous chapters. So here, um, just uh, explaining again. As a summary of this part, alkali metals are very reactive. You can find more properties on table 8.1. They are very soft, even can be cut with a knife, and they are able to form a positive ion with just losing one single electrons in form of one like lithium cation and sodium cation and potassium cation, and also two of these cation can form with carbonate and yeah, carbonate because carbonate has two negative charge. And as I mentioned before, they are highly reactive, and they are very talented to react with non-metal to form salts. To form the salts, we learn about the structure of salts and its chemical property in chapter 4, related to the acid and base. All right. Um, so based on the reactivity trends, so lithium at the top is the least reactive, and the bottom, like cesium, is the most reactive. Also, when we move down, the reactivity increases. And they are also able to react with water because, as I said, they are very reactive even they are stored under oil. They are reactive if they react if they are exposed with the oxygen of air. So water also have oxygen. Water's molecule have oxygen. So these um, these metals are able to react with water to form of the hydroxides, the metal hydroxide. And the way to detect different kinds of metal is the flame test. Okay, it's the name of the experiment. This is almost used in the industrial applications. So based on the flame color, after they expose with the flame and then react with the flame, so they produce a color on flame. If it's red, that means the metal is lithium, and if it's yellow, that means the metal is sodium, and lilac is potassium. So you can look at the table 8.2, and these slides compounds of the alkali metal. So these metals are not very applicable. These metals are not very applicable for many things, but the most common one is sodium chloride, sodium, which can be used to form of salt. The table salt that we use is the most common use of group 1 metal. And another group 2 metals, alkaline earth metals. So they have a similar trend reactivity with the group 1, but they are less reactive than group 1. Group 1 is more reactive than group 2. And also same test can be employed for detecting these metals. Uh, like in the previous one that I said, flame test. The flame test can be used for this, and based on the color, the type of metal can be detected. Magnesium doesn't have color, do not give any color, only producing a white ash. Through this white ash can be detect the type of metal, which is magnesium. Magnesium, after reacting with oxygen, because oxygen gas is O2, 2 oxygen, and magnesium has +2 because it's a cation 2 from group 2, and so it can react, it can produce two molecule of the magnesium oxide, which is form of solid because it's like a powder, something like that. It's a white ash. And trends in reactivity, as in group 1 the reactivity of the alkaline earth metal increases, going down the group like group 1. Okay, same trend. And but this is as a general trend on the periodic table. Once you move from left group 1 to group 8, which is gases, to the right side, reactivity decreases. At the last group, which is gas, noble gas, they are totally non-reactive. Okay, but the group 1 is the most reactive. So when we move to the right, from left to right, reactivity decreases. But when we move from top to down in each group, so reactivity increases. This is a general trend on periodic tables, so you should keep in your mind for that. And that's all for today. This is one question taken from past paper. Please submit your answer on Google Classroom, and we will continue this lesson uh, in another session. Thank you so much. Stay safe at home.